This is 365 Sports, powered by Sikkim365.com. Welcome to the Triple Option. Here's your host, Paul Catalina.
Alongside Royden Ogletree today, as it is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Triumphant Tuesday with Royden. I don't know.
We keep trying to make it stick.
We got to make a thing.
We got to make a thing.
You know, we've got a thing we're going to try to think up and do, but you and I probably need to just, sit down and, really hash it out, person to person, because I think it'd be fun, and I think it fits your vibe as a human being.
Triumphant Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's other T words that maybe we could use.
Yeah, so here we are. I'm curious, Royden, how much of the Olympics you've been watching.
Actually, a good bit. They didn't get my money because I just found out that they didn't in the Tokyo Olympics. They used to just put the men's basketball on Peacock, so you had to subscribe to. Now they're all kind of nationally broadcast on we have YouTube TV, so it's on USA or whatever. It's buried in different channels, so you give those channels some ratings. But they almost got my money for Peacock because I thought, it's just all going to be on there again.
Peacock's one of the cheapest ones.
Yeah, it's $7. Yeah,
so they're pretty reasonable about it.
They took away the 2-week free trial thing.
Yeah,
which I was like, okay, but all that to say,
because the Olympics are 2 weeks long.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
All that to say, I have watched most of the gymnastics. I didn't the couple of the individual things were like 6 a.m. yesterday, so I didn't get to those. Most of the gymnastics, all of the basketball except for the 3-on-3. And
3-on-3 is not as fun as it.
It's not really.
It's not as fun as I.
And also, we got washed.
Yeah,
it
really has nothing to do with that. It's just I feel like it's not as fun as it.
Can we send some better players? No offense to Jimmer Fredette, all-time hooper, but college hooper especially. But
what about just some?
He's 38.
Just some big three guys.
Those, I mean, no.
They're also 38.
We could just send some lower end NBA players.
Yeah, what's to stop the lesser?
There are 3 dudes on the Rockets right now that aren't getting enough playing time that I think we could send to do 3-on-3.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good plan. I like these.
If you finish last in the NBA standings, you have to send 3 players to the 3-on-3 tournament.
You're the first pick. The 3-on-3. Yeah, that's it. Help us win a gold that way. I like the sports that you don't get to see all that often. I think I'm enjoying that. And I was watching handball earlier, and then it was also split screened with water polo. And a
very similar sport.
Okay,
I mean, it is actually.
If you had to tell me how each of these sports were invented, and this is the story you came up with, 2 people in a church gymnasium that had a bunch of a very inner city poor church, like the one you'd see in Sister Act.
Yes,
in that, and then they're just going through the old sports equipment, and they found 2 old hockey goals and a ball. That's what they found that they could use. Yeah. And they're just
it's slightly deflated, so you can't really kick it.
Yeah, and then waiting. So all right, well, we can't really bounce this thing around. There's nothing to pump it up. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, while we wait for our parents who are never coming, we're gonna throw this ball into this goal. And then each subsequent time they added a rule as they discovered, what you can defend or what should be illegal or what's allowed. And then that was in the wintertime. In Minnesota or something.
Yeah.
They couldn't go outside. And then on a magical late June day, they went to the pool and thought, we could do the same thing here.
Yeah.
And then that was water polo.
Put that goal on floaties.
Yeah. Let's take it and do that, and then we'll do it in the water.
I have immense respect for water polo simply because it is I will lose, but I can run a 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
I cannot tread water and throw a ball for what are they like? They have 30 seconds around to throw before they have to swim down to the other side, dejected because they couldn't hit the target and then defend and then swim back. No, I drowned, actually.
It's nuts. In college, we had intramural inner tube water polo, where you sit ass down in the inner tube.
Nice.
And, you paddle. And I'll just tell you, most of the time you're in inner tube ever in your life is not exhausting at all. In fact, it's the most, lazy thing you can do.
Right.
Is lay on an inner tube and float.
Yeah, the hardest thing you've ever done in an inner tube is get out of the river to walk back up.
Yes.
To go back down.
Yeah, exactly. Jump in so your feet are in the water, so you pee in the water and not on yourself. Mm-hmm. Like those kind of things. That's what you do in an inner tube. Inner tube water polo.
Display athletics by catching a beer.
Was exhausting. Because you can't really, you're not using your legs all that much. You're paddling like this, or you got to lean over. I did about 3 games of it before I was like, you know what? I'll just ref it. I'll just be the intramural ref because
if you're the ref of that, you can just float around. You might have the one with a cup holder in it.
So the ref stands outside the pool.
Oh,
in that sport and make sure. There's no, you can't tell really what's going on half the time.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure that people don't fight, of which you get a couple frats in there. There's going to be a fight in the water. A little testosterone, and you get bro v bro.
No drowning.
Yeah.
You said no drowning.
Yeah. What's up, bro? Yeah. Bro, I can tell you this happened more than one time. And it was a sad state of humanity was, bro, what's that, bro? What are you talking about?
How many bros per capita?
You just going to do that? Knock my guy over like that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's legal. Well, that was kind of aggro,
very, very unbro of you, bro.
Very, very aggro. All right, well, hey, guys, just play the game. Have fun. You're both wrong. Just be better. 5 minutes later. And then you just see the one guy, paddle directly at the other one who's got the ball and just knock him out of the water the inner tube aggressively. Casual. And then you get one of these in the water. What?
You can't look cool while also floating like this and being
what?
Hey, you want to go?
Do you know the most embarrassing thing I've ever been a part of is sitting in the disciplinary meeting with the head of the campus rec department, as I was the person who one of the people who had to write up this incident with the 2 dudes who got in a fight at inner tube water polo. And the person's going, this is, honestly, when they walked out, she was like, this is 2 people getting on a fight on the teacups at Disney World. You should just be happy. There's no reason for this.
And then he waded aggressively over to him.
Yeah. Absolutely. So,
what's the one sport that you look at and obviously gymnastics.
Yeah.
But is there a sport that you look at and you think there's no way I could ever replicate that?
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them. Not replicate in that medal or in that physically could not do.
No. If the hurdles were lower, I could do them.
Yeah. Hurdles.
Pole vault, I don't know
pole
if I could
vaults,
ever do.
High jump. Just all the track and field stuff. I think I could sprint, but not well. I'd pull a hamstring.
Again, I can, go 100 yards.
I'm just thinking of something that I physically cannot do. And every time that I watch women's gymnastics and men's gymnastics, for that matter, the pommel horse or whatever, I'm just
the rings, man.
The
rings are just unbelievable.
Every time that I watch the balance beam and everything, and I'm just I'm stunned that they're able to do all of that.
Yeah,
it's truly fascinating, and I can't believe I only watch it every 4 years.
I also think it's going to be good for a lot of these sports that hip hop has now adopted them, like gymnastics and water polo and things like that. I think
Flava Flav is all about.
Oh, he's all
women's
about
water polo.
Oh, he's all about women's sports. He's a huge fan, and he just gives money and goes and has a good time. He loves it.
Just in the stands, having the best time of his life.
Yeah.
Is there one sport? Handball, though, I will say, you could be on the handball team.
Yeah, handball.
America is surprisingly, for a country that is the best at throwing, we're the best at throwing things.
We're not good at handball.
We're not good at handball.
No. It feels like it would be a good
There's a reason they made
sport.
The grenades in World War II look like baseballs, is because Americans on average, I have no data to back this up, are just better at throwing things than other countries. Footballs. Baseballs in general.
Everybody else, if you had to kick a grenade, we'd suck at it.
Yeah, we'd be terrible at it.
Yeah.
It'd go right back into the foxhole with us. But I just think that we should be better at handball.
Yeah.
Get some former washed up MLB pitchers in there.
Yeah.
What do you Max Scherzer once he was retired? Go be a handball guy.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah.
Did you see, though, that Chase Buttinger, former Rockets, Timberwolves player, is playing beach volleyball,
Well,
though,
not
too?
anymore. They lost.
They lost?
They lost
This
yesterday.
is when I've not been watching.
Yeah, they lost yesterday. I was sad about that. Now we still do have an American team in.
Yeah.
50% of our beach volleyball teams are out. The one men and one women's team are out. I just, you are a person who enjoys watching. Some of these sports are ridiculous too.
Yeah.
It's,
Whatever the equestrian, I know it's difficult and expensive, and you got to do the whole thing. The equestrian horse dancing thing.
Dressage.
What?
Dressage is what it's
That's
called.
okay.
That's what it's called. That one is the one I don't think is. Garrett, what do you think about dressage?
They give the horse a medal.
I don't never even heard of that. I don't
See,
even watch the Olympics.
Yeah, he didn't watch the Olympics. But
You don't watch the Olympics?
So
No.
The other equestrian stuff, you got
That's
a
even
horse
weirder.
jumping over hurdles and all those
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
That to me, and look, I know it's not easy to teach a horse how to dance.
No.
But I don't see that as maybe an Olympic feat, as when I watch Mondo Duplantis not need to jump to win the gold medal. He didn't need to jump. And then he's like, you know what, though? I'm just going to
set a world record.
I'm just going to set the world record and whoop, boop, boop. So
We let that guy go from Louisiana go to Sweden to compete for the Swedish team and win gold.
I would bet you that our American Olympic Committee is that's
what happened.
I don't know if the Joel Embiid trade is fair.
Yeah.
Joel
Embiid is sitting out qualifying games,
we get Joel Embiid on our team, but they got a really good pole vaulter. I feel like we could get another basketball player.
Yeah.
There's not pole vaulters like Mondo Duplantis.
I don't know if there's a Swedish basketball player that we necessarily want, but that's big fail for the U.S. track team.
Yeah. No, golly. Anyway.
What did you jump 20 feet?
Yeah, it was insane. And then it didn't even look hard to him.
Yeah.
You watch other people, even other elite pole vaulters. You can tell that all their might is going to get fifth.
Yeah.
In the Olympics. And Mondo's just out there whee.
I still don't know how they do it. The thing about me is that you get all the way up, you have to fall down.
Eventually, yeah.
You have to come down.
Eventually, I think Mondo's just going to start doing tricks hey, listen.
Backflip.
When I clear the bar, I want you to throw me a beer.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch it and chug it on the way down. How about that?
Did you see that one guy that may have taken the bar down with him in an uneasy way?
Oh, no, I know. It is the
what a way to lose the Olympics.
Yeah, no, look, here's not all bad for him.
Exactly.
Look, everybody in the world's going to know why.
Yeah.
And
congratulations, sir, to you on other reasons, but not the Olympics.
Hey, look, I could have medaled in the Olympics, but you know why I didn't. So
I didn't medal in the Olympics because.
How about I get those digis?
Yeah.
Right,
you want to see the video?
Yeah. Girl, it's how big? Big enough he couldn't medal in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Those
are good things to me. I think that's a good deal. So let's jump into some college sports now. In the next segment, we're going to talk about PitBull Stadium, which
unbelievable.
I could not. I
love that. I thought that was a bit.
No, it's real. It's real. It's PitBull.
I thought somebody made a really funny bit online.
At FIU, PitBull is now the sponsor of their stadium. And he'll do an event, and he'll have PitBull adjacent artists. Garrett is our resident hip hop critic. Where does PitBull rank on
not even
your-
hip hop.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
do
whatever,
hip-hop.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's like pop music.
Where does Mr. Worldwide doesn't fall on your list?
No,
anymore,
not
does
at
he?
all.
Yeah.
He's so popular. He's
And he does
insanely
a lot of
popular.
things with hip hop artists.
That's fair. But
he's not.
Nah, he ain't for me.
He's a pop star.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I know he's insanely popular. You go on to Spotify, he's going to have 1 billion streams on all of his songs. I did not know that he had it like that, where he's $1 million, easy money to every. Obviously, he does, and he probably has 18 houses, but it is crazy to me that he's I'm going to just pay you to put Mr. Worldwide on the stadium or whatever. Hey, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It's very funny, and we'll talk about other people who may need a stadium. So, Jack, what do they come the FIU Pitbulls? They might as well.
What?
I mean, what else have they done? What tradition does FIU have?
They're the Panthers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
raise awareness for the ASPCA.
Yeah.
Or SPCA.
Yeah.
ASPCA.
So, Humane Society. Look, we're going to have a dog in here on Thursday again. This will be our third dog that we brought in, hopefully to get adopted.
Okay.
So,
how many have you taken home?
I'm not allowed, Royden, and it's killing me on the inside.
It's always the worst. We do the same thing at the news station where they're like, "Come look at these beautiful little dogs that we have. They're the nicest, sweetest dogs of all time." But you can't take them home.
Yeah.
Not you. Someone else.
No, yeah. So, anyway, I am curious on your thoughts on this. Is Jim Harbaugh a lying liar who lies, or is he really this naive? Now, I will preface this by saying I have to make a legal disclaimer because we had what I think was Garrett yesterday, a Michigan-aligned lawyer.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was odd. He'd never been in the chat before. We welcome new people all the time. That's what we want. We are, we have an open borders policy here at 365 Sports. And
takes all kinds.
Yeah, exactly. But this character started when we were talking about the Michigan thing, saying, "Would you testify to this in court?" And I'm like, "Bro, you got to chill. I'm just talk show host. I'm kind of, strongly speculating here." I said, "But the evidence that appears to be in the hands of the NCAA is very damning. It's very, very. damning."
Also a lot of what talk shows do in general is report on other people's reporting.
Yeah.
And kind of what we do here is that I've read some Sports Illustrated articles and things like that, and because I didn't see the Harbaugh press conference, but to get in a chat room and be like, "Come to Michigan to testify," is wild.
Yeah, it is. So, but yesterday he was, and look, this happened a little bit last football season when there was a guy, former media person. I can't remember what his deal was. I think he used to work for CNN Sports and Headline News, and he's now put all his efforts into just being Michigan's super alum, Iraqi type PR shill of, like when we were in the Iraq war and like clearly we're kind of running through it, and they had the guy who was like, it was a bloodbath for us.
Everything's fine and good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, pay no attention to all the Americans here. That was all part of it. That's that's half of them. We took out half of them at the airport, like that kind of a thing. That's kind of how he is shilling for Michigan. You know what? I'll make it more appropriate. He's the Paul Feinbaum of Michigan.
Oh, yesterday Paul Feinbaum ripped Harbaugh a new one.
And look, that's what Paul does.
Yeah.
But they're to shill for Michigan. I think that.
What do you want to get just to the heart of the question that you asked? Is he a lying liar who lies?
Liar who lies? Is he really this naive? Did he think
naive would be the wrong word for it? What do you mean by naive? Like
he's just this kid. He's miraculously hired this wonder kid named Connor Stallions who, just knows how to tell them what's going on, and he just walks up and is like, "Oh, they're gonna blitz here," and he's like, "Wow, this kid knows his stuff." Unbelievable. We've got Rain Man on our staff here, and that's what we're going to do. I had no idea. Or is he a lying liar who lies? In your opinion. In Royden's opinion.
Oh, yeah. This is going to go out over the...
Royden's opinion. This is in no way an accusation. This is just an opinion, Michigan lawyer guy.
I find it hard to believe that the second in charge in your team, and this is true of most investigations, the second in charge of your team knew everything, so now he is going to probably face a suspension from the NCAA for however, if the NCAA hangs on. He's going to face a suspension because he knew everything that Connor Stallions was doing. This is what the SI article laid out, basically, is that he had direct knowledge of what Connor Stallions was doing.
Well, you would think that coordinators would.
While also deleting quote-unquote evidence of the collusion going on there.
Yeah.
I find it very hard as somebody as thorough as Jim Harbaugh would not have any knowledge to the goings on of his defensive coordinator and said plaintiff. But I don't like he's going to, if he would ever go back to the NCAA, which I don't think he is, this article said that he could be hit with a show cause penalty. And first of all, I don't ever think, I think he'll die or retire before, in that order, before he goes back to the NCAA. Yeah. I think that the comparison of, oh, well, he didn't provide his personal cell phone to the NCAA for evidence. I think a lot of people are going to take that and run with it and be like, well, see, obviously, if he didn't have anything to hide. I find that tough because with any investigation into anything, criminal or otherwise, by the way, never submit to evidence that you don't have to. That's just like free lawyer advice. Yeah. But so him not giving his cell phone, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I would either. No, I'm not compelled to.
Like, there's not compelled to.
I'm not going to do anything that I'm not compelled to, especially like testify to.
I think it bigger issue here, to me at least, is,
I mean, just saying you had no knowledge because you're so far removed from it, 2,000 miles away in Southern California, where you can just be, whatever they got going on over there, Godspeed.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm not the coach at Michigan.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. I'm not the coach at Michigan. I think, but to straight up come out and say I have zero knowledge of anything to the contrary, that's a tough look, considering all of the things that are stacking up against you. I don't know now to what extent that Harbaugh knew or used that information. I don't know. But it's clear to some folks, investigators, that the defensive coordinator, now the head coach, was using said information.
Yeah. So Kim Coulter, good friend Kim Coulter, says, Paul, that guy was a gutless yellow turd fake lawyer who tried to bully and intimidate you. Don't you dare back down. By the way, no real lawyer threatens anyone like that in print. Let that sink in. Yeah, no, I know. I was aware. Thank you, and I appreciate all. Like the chat room, this is why I love them.
It's like full of lawyers.
They came right to my defense. They're like, God, you were such a clown. Like, what are you talking about? Like, holy, get over yourself. My thing about Jim Harbaugh is I think about Rafael Palmeiro.
Oh, this is going somewhere.
Because Rafael Palmeiro sat in front of Congress and pounded his fist on the table and said, I have never done steroids. Walked out of the building.
Oh, so did everybody else in that.
But he walked out.
Except for Canseco?
Yeah. He walked out of the building, had to pee in a cup, and it's like, never. Never.
This is radioactive, brother.
Never, and so...
This happened the other day. Speaking of steroids, I was listening to an interview with who was the Jones, the track athlete who in Atlanta lost 100 meters. Yeah, basically, she lost all of her medals. Marion Jones. Yeah, she was doing an interview the other day, and I got mostly through it, but it was just basically like she was doing stuff that her husband was doing at the time, but she didn't think. Yeah. And I just find it very convenient with a lot of this stuff. That was
the Roger Clemens defense.
It was the Balco stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Roger Clemens' defense was like, oh, that was for my wife.
Peyton Manning, too, yeah.
As she works on
allegedly.
As she works on her fastball.
Yeah. Her sprints.
Yeah. So, no.
I just find it with all of these things, the extent to which you would know nothing is really doing a lot of work there. Nothing?
If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I don't get up there and say, I apologize for nothing. I didn't lie, cheat, or steal. Like, the whole quote really backs you into a corner because, I mean, okay,
what happens if a shred of evidence comes out that you did, in fact, or somebody rolls over on you?
I'm no longer the coach at Michigan. I don't feel it necessary for me to comment on this. I'm not going to comment on this until there's resolution, and even then, I don't know what I'm going to say. That's not an answer. It's a non-answer. It's evasive, but it puts you in a lot better position than I never did anything. My father raised me better than this. I did not do this, that, or the other. And you're like, okay, well, maybe you didn't, but you were overseeing people who did, and...
the wrong word, but effusive in your innocent,
So, yeah, Me think thou dost protest too much.
Right.
Kind of a thing. That's where, if I'm a PR crisis team, I'm like, all right, look, you have some plausible deniability here, but the more you say no, the more people are not going to believe you. And also, even if you're telling the truth that you didn't know, now it's going to make you look ignorant of everything that's going on.
Yeah, what did you know that was going on at your football program?
Yeah, so they've had multiple issues. They've had the one coordinator fired for
that was
the
taking
2 years ago, hacking into like a hacking scandal. So
I don't know how it's not a lack of institutional control at this point. That's what I've never been able to understand.
Yeah, so
that's a vague term that the NCAA has never once defined either. To the extent, though, of which it matters, it doesn't, though, for Harbaugh. That's the whole thing. He was, as soon as they won that national championship, and I think as soon as they, whenever they would have been done, he was going to go to the NFL.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if,
that's why
they won the championship or not.
That's why he can just bark and say nothing, because it affects his current job in no
Zero.
way,
And I don't
form.
even, to the extent in which the PR people at the San Diego Chargers are freaking out.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
I'll never once get that right. But to the extent at which the Los Angeles Chargers of Los Angeles, California, of Anaheim, are freaking out, I don't know. If you're a PR person, you're just kind of not our job, not our circus, We got to worry about, if Justin Herbert's foot works, and we'll deal with that first, and then whatever Harbaugh says, we'll kind of just, ship it down the line. Yeah. I don't know. I just think that he can actually do and say whatever he wants to. And if I was in his position, I don't know if I'd be doing any different.
No, I mean, look,
as much as we like to criticize the guy, if it does not matter to you in the long run, if you go and you win heck, if you take the Chargers to the playoffs, people are going to be singing your praises forever. But if you win a Super Bowl with the Chargers, is anybody going to remember that one time you were stealing plays at Michigan? Maybe it's in the
but people will
fifth paragraph of your Wikipedia at Michigan when it says coach at Michigan tab. After winning the national championship, he said he wasn't cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
don't know. I just think that we like to cast aspersions on people that we think aren't being righteous. But I also don't know if I would do any different.
No, I get you. It's very noble of you to say that. I don't know. What I would do different is just say, I'm not the coach at Michigan anymore. That's for them to figure out. I'm not going to talk about it. It's over. Because, all that matters is Michigan won the national title. And there's going to be a lot of people who go,
revoke it, yada, yada, yada.
It's tainted. And I say this to a Houston Astros fan. When you think of that World Series, you don't care.
Not once, no. We just been through a hurricane, and that's kind of what mattered. And then they won the World Series. I saw them win the World Series. It's the same thing with the Louisville championships that they took away from Patino or whatever. It's you saw them win that championship. Mm-hmm. Now, it may not be in the record books. It's going to be vacated in 2013 or whenever I think it's 2013, whenever they were winning. But I saw it, and a lot of Michigan fans saw it, and so Michigan fans, notoriously loud on the internet, you can't take it away from them. It will only serve to feed the beast. I think at this point, taking away championships also is just a tough look for because there's always video of it. It's not like they're going to wipe the video from the face of the earth either. And I know that seems silly oh, well, if a bunch of people saw it happen, that doesn't mean that, they should be awarded for it. But taking it away in the record books, I don't even think at this point with how people treat that sort of stuff, I don't even think that would stop them from putting up a banner in their stadium or putting up a placard or whatever they do, 2023 national champions.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not going to.
They would still put it up in their stadium. It doesn't matter. Okay. Does not matter.
No. All right, coming up next, we discuss the latest big-time sponsor in college football, PitBull. And if you don't know who PitBull is, good for you. Good for you. Dale.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. And
once performed at a Walmart in Alaska because of a fan vote. He was going to go perform at funny story. He was just going to go perform at any Walmart because of whatever whatever competition that he put out there, because he is not above the cash.
No.
And so people voted him to go.
I also think, and this is not confirmed, but I have to look at that. I do think he's one of those guys who's taken a bunch of money to go play for some kind of,
oil
baron's birthday party. And I wonder if maybe this is like some of that guilt money.
Redemption tour.
Like, you know what? Why don't I donate this? Like, and I get like, somebody says you're going to get $10 million. We're going to go over to Dubai. And you're going to play a concert. And they're like, oh, who's this party for? And it's like, oh, this guy. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you get back on your private jet and you like hit Google and you're like, oh, man. I really feel bad about singing that happy birthday to that guy. And come to think of it, those women did not look like they were free to roam about.
Let us sports wash this a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that happened. It just feels like that is something that I would do if I found myself in that situation, much like Royden would. Yeah. If I accidentally look, if you call me over to do sports talk and comedy for a guy I don't know who he is, I just get on the jet and start counting the bills. And then I land, and I'm like, hey, everybody, look at old Dave here. Yeah, you know what they say about Dave? Blah, blah, blah. And then I get back in the plane, and I'm like, you know what? I wonder how Dave made his money. And like, oh.
And that is how Paul ended up on a list in front of Congress.
Yeah. Conflict diamonds.
No.
Ooh, that was bad. That was bad. You know what? This money needs to probably go out of my pocket.
Ooh, need to spend this wisely.
I need to Robin Hood this shit up right here. I need to do that. That's how I would react.
But instead of giving it directly to the college kids, I'm just going to put my name on the stadium.
Yeah,
it's a long tease.
Yeah, absolutely. When we come back, who else other than PitBull matches up with a school and their stadium? We'll try to do a musical artist first, but if we veer into other celebrities, then we will. We'll do that next. This is the Triple Option on 365 Sports.
If your business is like most, you need things done quickly. But if you're still tying your critical applications together on multiple shared public networks, you've probably been feeling the slowdown. And that's no good for business. A private UPN fiber network can get you and your business moving at the speed of light. Whatever you need, we can build it. Internet, Metro Ethernet, Waves, dark fiber. We deliver custom private networks and are focused on business customers only. Our next generation 100% fiber optic infrastructure offers you low latency and ultra scalable bandwidth with speeds up to 100 gigabit to run your critical applications. Your connection won't be limiting your performance anymore. It's diverse and scalable, so it can grow and change as your business grows and changes. And with a secure carrier-grade private network, you'll have all the reliability you need. Contact UPN today to learn more. Fast just got faster.
This is 365 Sports, powered by Sikkim365.com. Welcome to the Triple Option. Here's your host, Paul Catalina.
Welcome back, Paul Catalina and Royden Ogletree. PitBull has signed a contract with Florida International University, the Panthers, and they're going to name their stadium PitBull Stadium for at least 5 years, $1.2 million a year, which
it actually seems cheap.
I mean, $6 million from PitBull, which, again, I know he's got a lot of money, but still, $6 million is a lot of money.
Yeah, to like throw around, I understand, but it's just like get your name on a stadium. There's like people in Waco that could do that if that's what the cost was.
Yeah, I mean, there's
not international recording artists.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this to me should start a trend because there's too many Bankrisher, Financiagord stadiums that I don't even know what this is.
Tax loophole at.
Yeah. I liked when Pittsburgh was called Heinz Field. I liked it.
I've never stopped calling it Heinz Field. All these things that I grew up calling, like, it's not, what is it, crypto.com? It's still the Staples Center.
Bankrisher,
It's
something
a
like
Staples
that.
Center to me.
Yeah, it's Staples Center.
Yeah, but crypto, it's
I don't even
Staples
know if
Center.
Staples is still with us.
I think
but
they
it's
are.
Still,
Yeah.
it's still the Staples Center.
That's why, and no knock on financial company. I'm not trying to, but like when you have these mergers and they change names, they become these big, hedge funds
I
or
know
whatever.
people that still call Minute Maid Enron.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know what those words mean. They're kind of, a lot of them are just smashed together.
Yeah.
The Moland Springs, if you get the Seinfeld reference of names. Mm-hmm. So PitBull Stadium to me, there we go. The home of Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
That is good, simple marketing.
Yeah.
Is
it PitBull Stadium at Worldwide Field?
I don't think so. I think it's just
PitBull
PitBull Stadium.
Right.
So I think, look, Jack suggested that Moody Arena, the new Texas basketball arena, be called All Right Arena.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah, I said the Just Keep Living Suites, the J.K. Living Suites. Or, what's his book? Green Lights?
Yeah.
Green Lights Field?
Yeah, Green Light, there we go. He would never, as a fan of Darryl Royal, he would never do that, right?
Right.
But yeah, I think that you could. I think maybe baseball wise they could do that. Just
McConaughey Diamond.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, Glenn Powell's getting big. He's also a UT guy, so
he doesn't got the money. I kind of think McConaughey's rolling in it. He's not even really acting anymore.
McConaughey's got the tequila and the whiskey and whatever else. What is
Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Right.
Oh yeah, Lincoln.
He's doing AI commercials now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't even really have to act.
No, absolutely not.
McConaughey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I would be doing the same thing. But
so I'm trying to think of what other people look.
Pat Green Stadium in Waco, Texas.
Although didn't Pat go to Texas Tech?
Lubbock, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did, but
Texas
he's from
Tech.
Waco.
Yeah, but still.
Willie Nelson Field.
In Abbott.
Look, I would love it. I've been trying for years, Royden, to no avail, to help out the Abbott Panthers, also the Panthers. There's a million Panthers. Look, to find some uniqueness. The true uniqueness about Abbott, Texas, is that Willie gosh darn Nelson was born there and grew up there and still goes to Abbott. Mm-hmm. Like he still goes over there. Like he could have left it behind a long time ago. But Willie's a good guy. I'm sure he's got a grow house there.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
those little places.
What do you think the pot laws are in Abbott, Texas?
I think they just have to let it go there.
Yeah. Decriminalize him as a special license.
Have for some time.
Yeah.
But I thought they should always be the Redheaded Strangers, which is one of Willie's great songs, many great songs. But the helmet would be a white helmet with a red, white, and blue band and the braids.
That'd be sick, like the Vikings or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shirts alone, look, the shirts alone that you would sell across the world. The world. Now, I'm just talking it's not just like somebody from West is going to be like, that's hilarious. I love them. I'm going to get a shirt for my kid. No. The world. People in Norway, in Japan, he's got fans everywhere. Also, there are potheads everywhere that will give you money to wear that shirt. Garrett will buy 9 of them.
I mean, I might. I don't know.
One in every color.
Yeah.
The family all have them. That'll be their Christmas gifts for this year.
Have a special play called the Poncho and Lefty.
Again, all good ideas. And look, they can play Redheaded Stranger, or their band can just do different. You can do your big halftime show.
They don't have a band.
They're 6-man. Well, we'll get them a damn band. We'll have the money from the T-shirts. We'll get them a band. We're going to get them a band.
To this end, are we calling them, the Mart Panthers, the Mart Jesse Plemons Field?
Yeah.
At Mart, Texas?
Yeah.
What about Will Smith in Miami? Except he's from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Temple. Will Smith Field at Temple?
Here's the thing. They don't need their most famous ex-football player on their field. You know who it is?
Bill Cosby?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He played football there?
He played football at Temple.
Oh.
And one of his great bits is about Hofstra. I'll just tell you, if you can separate the man from the material.
His bit about breakfast is still hilarious to me.
Yeah. I mean, one of the greats. Just a horrible.
As we all whispered into,
I mean,
just an atrocious
let's
human.
not. Yeah. I mean, if you. Again, I can't. It's harder for me now to separate the man from the material.
Yeah.
Because I feel it's inauthentic all of a sudden. But
Hannibal Buress was right all along.
yeah. So
Where did Denzel go to college in New York? He played basketball at. Somebody's gonna scream at me. What is the
Like Howard or something?
No, college in New York City. Fordham. Yeah. So Denzel's name's on the basketball arena at Fordham.
Yeah, I mean, let's do that. I'm trying to think of musical artists that would be synonymous. Tom Petty Stadium in Gainesville.
Tom Petty's in
Yeah,
Gainesville.
yeah. That's if I had to tell you, if you had made me pick 3 things that came out of Gainesville, 2 of them would be Tom Petty. So Emmett Smith, Tom Petty.
STDs.
And Tom Petty.
STDs.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Dr. Dre Stadium at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Something like that. Snoop Dogg Stadium at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, they should name Ford Field after Eminem.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, we can just brainstorm this. I mean, like Nirvana Field at.
Yeah.
I mean,
Around.
Dave Grohl at this point. Dave Grohl
Yeah.
Field for the Huskies.
Yeah. All right. If you were going to name a stadium for Drake, which one would it be? Because he pretty much is the biggest front runner in the history of sports.
Toronto Argonauts.
That's about right. I think the Argonauts about all he's got left.
What is the only what's the team that he's truly a fan of?
Truly?
Would it be the Raptors?
Like college football?
Like of anything? Like is it the Raptors?
I mean, it's the Raptors because he has a
but he's also a Rockets guy.
He has a minority stake in the Raptors,
But
yes,
he's also a huge Rockets guy.
Yeah, because he's down in Houston all the time.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want him around that franchise, but I mean, I guess Toronto won a championship, but it'd be the Raptors. Like but when like Kentucky was front running, it was showing up at Kentucky practice. There's that famous meme of him like sitting in warm-ups in like the film study, which is an all-time like man thinks he's on the team. Let's see, where could you put a Drake? It'd be funny to put him in the middle America, like Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody like a team with like no sauce whatsoever. It's just like
absolutely. And see, you look at college.
Just ironic.
I think college would be Kentucky basketball. And look, all the pro stadiums for the most part are named, save like Fenway Park and Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
So like college stadiums, this is new to them because now they're finally doing it.
Yeah.
Golly, I think about who are some.
Can we name Georgia Stadium after Nelly?
Is he from St. Louis?
He's from St. Louis.
Is he from T.I.?
T.I.
I would go
T.I. Also a little bit problematic.
Outcast if we're going Atlanta.
Yeah. Could you think that could get them back together?
I don't know that there is getting it back after Andre's comments. I think he's all about the flute game.
Flutes and it's just a whole album.
You
of flutes.
said it was good.
It's on it. It's
Isn't it like a smooth jazz album?
Good. It's good. No, it's like a whole flute album. It's low key kind of. It's got a vibe to it.
Okay.
Relaxing.
But I still think so.
I can't believe it.
The interview I saw with him was he just hasn't done it in so long. He doesn't think he can do it anymore, right?
He feels like he's in where he's at in his life, he's moved past it, and it doesn't make sense for him to rap about things he's no longer a part of.
Okay. I mean, that's noble.
Yeah.
That's noble, I suppose. I just want to see them.
I would love to see it.
I mean, they're one of my favorite groups of all time,
Yes.
and they had like 4 albums in a row that were all like top to bottom bangers. Like everything was a banger.
You get the Dungeon Family and all that.
Tulane Stadium needs to be named after Lil Wayne.
He would probably try to make that happen.
Either that, I mean, you could do him. You could do LSU or the Garth Brooks with Call It Baton Rouge type thing. Or,
Garth Brooks
I
would
know
do Oklahoma
Boosie.
State because that's where he's a
I know
fan of.
UGK is technically from Port Arthur, but like Bun B Stadium in Houston.
Oh yeah.
That could work.
You know, I think about Outcast. I wonder. I want you to role play with me. I'm gonna be Andre 3000.
Oh,
and
good.
you be the record executive who's asking me to come back to music for years and years.
Oh, okay. Where's my money?
And so I'll be like, hey, I've got a great idea for an album.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to have you back. Anything for Outkast, right?
No. I
What?
mean, it's going to be a solo album.
Sure. Okay. Like, what are we planning here? Like, what are we thinking about rollouts? Like, what are we thinking about length? Like, how's that going to go?
It's going to be all flute.
Excuse me?
Flute.
One more time.
I play the flute. I'm a flautist now.
You're a flautist.
I'm a flautist.
Are you in a marching band?
I'm a damn good flautist. No. I don't have a band. It's just me and the flute.
How long have you been playing the flute?
Oh, ever since Outkast broke up. It's what I've really thrown my energy into.
Okay. So no, not rapping.
Oh, I'm in my 40s now. I'm past that point in my life. I haven't rapped in so long. I mean, look, Big Boy's out there doing Super Bowl halftimes. He's got game. I can't spit the game anymore. I can't do it.
About that, Mr. 3000. Do people listen to the flute?
Oh, you'd be. I mean, I've got a group of friends. There's Molly and Doug and Samson.
Yeah.
And Chuck. And
where do you know these people
Dana.
from?
Oh, they have coffee at the coffee shop I go to.
Is that where you play the flute?
Most of the time, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, one time,
Like open mic nights?
yeah, mostly open mic nights. One time, I did get booked.
Really?
Yes,
Where?
Yeah. No, it was at a sports bar. Like down from the coffee shop. They thought I would do the old stuff, but I just did the flute, and it went as well as you think it would.
And how was that?
Yeah, I mean, people were excited about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, listen, the Falcons were playing behind me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were cheering for me or for that, but probably for both.
Right. No, absolutely. So could I convince you of maybe learning the trumpet? We could sell it like a whole jazz thing. That's your new transition.
I went down the horn road.
Yeah.
A little while I was doing that just to see if I could change it up, and really, I'm just a flautist.
See, now when you say flautist,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I mean, I do owe you 2 albums.
Yes.
And this is what I'm going to
Absolutely.
And this is what I'm going to do. I'll do this one and I'll do Christmas Flute. And then
Okay, well, you're not getting an advance on any of this. I hope you know that.
all right, but
And you have to record it on your own on your iPhone.
60 Minutes is going to do a piece on it called Huh.
Well,
So there. And scene. So I'm still upset about it. That was good. We should do more improv on the show. We should do more improv on the show. We should do more.
that's a good bit.
It's called Huh, where Leslie Stahl will ask me questions, and then after everyone, she'll go, Huh. I was not ready for that answer. Okay, well, that's interesting.
It's called That Was Something.
Yeah.
With Jim Morrison.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, Keith
Morrison. Now, Jim Morrison
is Keith Morrison is the was Matthew Perry's stepfather. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. All right, so let's try to wrap up rapid fire. Who we could do? I would say, look. Doak Campbell Stadium, where Florida State plays, has been much maligned because Doak Campbell, when he was the president of the university, refused to desegregate for a little while and kind of stood his ground. And now I love the name the Doak. I don't really care that it was named after Doak Campbell. But if you know anything about me, Garrett, what would I name the stadium?
Burt Reynolds.
Yes. It would be called the Burt.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't been to the game in a while, but the best character in the movie Zombieland was named Tallahassee and played by Woody Harrelson. Mm-hmm. We'd get Woody there. We'd get Woody. I would buy
Isn't
Woody
he a
off.
West Texas guy?
Yeah. Woody's from Texas, but I'd buy him off.
He's from like Midland, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, I think Burt Reynolds Stadium is much, much better than Doak Campbell Stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like TCU, and I'm sure somebody will
Gary
scream
Patterson.
Gary Patterson Stadium.
Oh, little 6-string.
Yeah, I forget he is a
Yeah.
musician.
He's
of
a
sorts.
musician, yeah. Baylor could be Angela Kinsey Stadium.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
That's
you mean
Angela from The Office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
she-
we could probably name the Performing Arts Center after her.
Yeah. I'm trying to
The
think of
whole
a
football
famous,
stadium?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a football, like who's the biggest celebrity
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham Stadium.
Shockingly, has a ton of money too. Still,
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham, Jeff Dunham Field.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone will like that.
Yeah.
and be fine with that happening. David
Yeah.
Crowder
Yeah, I don't think enough people, more people know Jeff Dunham. I think more people know Jeff Dunham.
and Richard Stadium.
Yeah. She
kind of owed it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely, since she made it happen.
Yeah.
And Tech would have to name theirs after Bob Bullock.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of like country art, like Josh Abbott Stadium.
Ooh. I like Jack's.
Tech.
UCLA plays at the Rose Bowl, but it's
Yeah.
far too big a stadium for them.
Right.
If they would play at their own stadium, it's far too big a stadium for other than the Rose Bowl.
Right.
Or the Super Bowl.
What is it, like 100,000?
It's huge.
Yeah.
Like you can't
90,000
fill
people?
it up every week in LA. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
LA's too big of a city to do that week after week. It's not a knock on UCLA. It's just the fact of the matter.
Right.
But if they built their own stadium, star of NCIS, Mark Harmon.
What?
Yeah, Mark Harmon played football for UCLA.
Oh, he did.
Yes. His father, Tom Harmon, is a legend at Michigan. In fact, when they wear, like, remember when Denard Robinson wore 98?
Yeah.
Tom Harmon, 98. That's who they were honoring.
How long before we are just going to name it Tom Brady Stadium, even though he wasn't that good at Michigan?
I mean, I think he only lost 2 games this last year, so.
Go look at his stats. He wasn't great.
Yeah.
There's a reason he was a 7th round pick. I'll never let people live that. We made this guy into the best of all time. What happened?
Yeah. You just mad about it? Who did the Texans draft that year?
We don't have to talk about it. I don't even. Were
Was
they
that
even
before?
a team?
That was before.
It was
It
like
before.
98. Yeah, I don't
It was
even know if they
before.
were
It
a
was 2
team.
years before.
So no one. The
No.
ether.
Okay. They just came up with the
Sadness.
They just came up. That was the year they came up with the most generic name ever.
And logo.
You're like, all right.
I like the new uniforms, by the way, but
Yeah.
also, the Houston Texans. Texans.
Yeah.
I would have taken like the Houston Hospital District. Like I would have like,
At least it says something
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I mean, continue the space theme. It was this like simplest thing of all time.
Yeah.
Rockets, Astros. I mean, Mission Command. Like I don't know.
Yeah. See, what could they have been?
Apollos.
Yeah, the Houston Apollos. There you go. Yeah.
That'd work.
Yeah. That'd have been great.
Would have been really easy. See,
Really-
I got tons of ideas.
Yeah. Continue the space theme, but instead they were like, all right, guys, we have 10 minutes for this meeting.
Yeah.
So you draw a bull, and then you guys, what are we? We're
What
not
do we call
Houstonians.
ourselves
We're not
here?
Houstonians. Let's grow out of that. Texans, okay, good enough.
Yeah.
Send the press release. Do it now.
It's almost like they didn't think they were going to get the bid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "Ooh, no, wait. Wonder,
The Houston Medical Center. That's what they could have been.
yeah, MD Anderson.
The Apollos are the old minor league hockey franchise there.
They were the Arrows.
Houston Air. Oh, okay.
They
Never
were the
mind.
Houston- I mean, they could have been-
Apollos- Were the Apollos? Was there a soccer team named the Apollos maybe back in the day too? There's.
I mean, also the soccer team now is called like the Dynamo. Like, I like having the MLS having actual team names instead of just being like FC Dallas.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they have a nickname, but Dynamos.
Yeah.
We got to continue the space theme. That's what Houston's known for.
Yeah.
That in the oil industry. But you couldn't use the Oilers because the owner of the Titans is vindictive. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
USC would name theirs. Okay, USC has a lot of famous people: Spielberg, Lucas, Will
John
Ferrell,
Wayne.
John Wayne. He's got an airport. He's fine.
Yeah. Also a little controversial to name your stadium after nowadays.
I'll just quote Bill Burr: like God took care of that.
It's fine.
What is this? Like people are trying to cancel John Wayne. Like, didn't God do that in 1974? I mean, so
Right.
Yeah.
Interview in
USC
Playboy.
would have a bunch. Miami. Could
Uncle
you
Luke.
go Uncle Luke Stadium?
Uncle Luke.
Uncle
Luke
Stadium.
Stadium. Right there.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought in PitBull. Wait, where is FIU?
In Miami.
In Miami. Okay, so that's
Miami.
why he's doing it instead. He can't take over Hard Rock.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, God,
Somebody should,
but I mean, they're a casino now, so they've got unlimited funds.
Yeah.
To keep that name going. I just wish that Miami, if they would build Uncle Luke Stadium in a place near their campus that was for them. Their entrance into the ACC and their departure and the demolition of the Orange Bowl coincide with their plummet from the Orange Bowl. Even though if you went to go see Miami play, Boston College, it wasn't going to be full.
Yeah,
it wasn't. But if you want to go see Miami play West Virginia, if you want to go see Miami play Florida State, if you want to go see Miami play Notre Dame or whoever they were bringing down there, if it was a big game, it was a factor. Mm-hmm. So Uncle Luke Stadium needs to happen because for Miami, because it is. I've been there 4 times, only once to see FSU. Mm-hmm. All the other times I went, I had no dog in the hunt, which is the way to go to the Orange Bowl. I'll just tell you. Because if you were going to cheer for the Hurricanes, you might have to compromise your ethics on what you consider acceptable fan behavior. They're rowdy. If you cheer for the visitors, you had to, be quiet about it, subtle, not sitting in a section with the Miami players' parents. That was my big thing. And we were quiet the whole game until we took the lead. And then you just can't help it. Yeah. And you stand up, and then you're like
punched in the back of the head.
I did get punched in the back of the head. I did. I told you that story. That's a true thing that happened. And you may need to get a police escort out the building, which we did. I mean, just one guy. I wasn't like 6 guys, but like one guy was like, "Hey, let me help you out here." I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah, I appreciate that. Michigan State.
Ken Dorsey's dad didn't help me at all. He was right there. Just watched it happen. So
Michigan State, Kid Rock Stadium.
Is he a fan of Michigan State or Michigan?
It's probably Michigan, I imagine.
He seems more like a central Michigan type of guy.
But I think like Michigan State's closer to Detroit than Michigan is, right? Ann Arbor.
Was he from Detroit or is he from like country Michigan?
He always reps Detroit.
I have no idea. Who knows? I don't know.
Tim Robinson Stadium.
There we go. I think you should leave here.
Yeah.
I think you should leave field.
I think you should. We're all seriousness though, even though I didn't play football, but like we're 2 minutes away from everything at UNC being Jordan Brand Stadium.
Yeah.
Like I'm shocked that it's not.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. It's probably gonna end up that way soon enough.
And you know who would actually have the most famous alumni? Harvard.
Yeah, they would.
Every like comedy writer or famous like comedian or whatever, actor or whoever, they're all from Harvard or have been to Harvard.
Yeah. This is my recruiting pitch if I am any coach in the history of North Carolina basketball.
Whiskey Myers Stadium at ETBU. Anyway.
I would just walk around going, you see that's a picture of Michael Jordan in college. Yeah. And then I would like walk to the next one and be like, oh, there's another one. Michael Jordan. And then I would just have Michael Jordan like wander in.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, Michael's here. My good friend and fellow alum, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah.
The
Mr.
greatest
Jordan to you.
Basketball player of all time. He's just here today. It's coincidence you guys to meet him. Michael, this is 5-star recruit.
Yeah.
5-star recruit, this is Michael.
Would you like shoes?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Ohio State, LeBron James.
Even though he
didn't
would have
go.
gone. Yeah, he would have gone. I don't know. He says he would have gone there. Do you think he would have?
To play basketball?
Yeah.
No, he would have gone to Duke.
Probably.
Yeah. Play for Coach K. Like, I mean, he likes to maybe because he was all Ohio everything and it was so serendipitous that he got drafted by the Cavaliers anyway. Yeah. And Ohio State wasn't a slouch back then in basketball, but they were far removed from what Duke was doing. And I think Duke recruited him. I think it was like Duke and Ohio State, but like Kentucky and like all the Blue Buds, obviously. But I think he would have gone and played for Coach K, no matter what he wants to say.
Yeah. Hey, would you like to go make millions of dollars right now and not have to read books unless you want to?
Yeah.
Or would you like to come here and pretend to go to college for a year? Oh, I'll take the money.
Yeah.
Good deal.
How much money? More than you have ever seen in your entire life. I'm going to do that.
You need to go see the Jason Sudeikis sketch that they did on SNL when LeBron hosted.
Yeah.
About him, like, in high school, coming to his coach and going, hey, I don't want to go to I want to go to college and not the pros. It's really intimidating. He's like, LeBron, don't go to college. I went to college. I make $42,000 a year. It's like, he's like, look, my car, if I drive over 50 miles an hour, the glove compartment pops open. Where I'll have to go and take it to a guy who didn't go to college to tell me it's going to cost $700 to fix it.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what about the other guys that went to college? Won't they talk trash to me? He's like, you know what you do? You dunk on them. You just dunk on them. So
you be one of, if not the greatest basketball players of all time.
yeah. We have a great lineup coming up on the main show today. 3:15, Jake Trotter of ESPN. Angelique Shingelis of the Detroit News joins us to talk Michigan at 3:45. At 4 o'clock, Ryan Abraham will talk USC. At 4:45, Scott Docterman of The Athletic on the Big Ten West and why they have to change everything about themselves now because they no longer can hide in that division with people who play just like them. 5:05, Pete Sampson, also at The Athletic on Notre Dame. And then we're going to ask John McClain about what's going on with Brandon Ayuk. One of my favorite names to say. He might get traded by
He's going to play.
He's going to play for somebody.
No, he's going to play for San Francisco.
Well, there's trades in place. He just has to work out a contract with
I just genuinely
the
think
Browns or Patriots. I think, honestly, if they could have lined it up with the Commanders, he would have already said yes.
Right.
Because of his relationship with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
But since that's
I need that in my life.
Which is crazy that Jaden Daniels played with Brandon Ayuk in college. One is a rookie, and one is in his
contract
year. Insane.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to do it for us. Thanks to Royden. We also have the top 5. We'll continue our countdown of top 25 defenses. Was not without a little controversy yesterday, which I welcome.
Controversy.
What?
We need controversy.
We need controversy. We
Need
need
the
people to
clicks.
shake things up.
Need lawyers in the comments.
Yeah, we do. Many lawyers. Me and my legal team of Winter, McKenzie, and Ross will take you down.
That's actually a really good name. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Group of learned doctors in there.
That's right. That's going to do it for us. See you in an hour.
If your business is like most, you need things done quickly. But if you're still tying your critical applications together on multiple shared public networks, you've probably been feeling the slowdown.